What is up, guys? We are Tottenham TV here. Obviously, massive game coming up on the weekend. On Saturday, 7:45 at Wembley, very rare timing. We have Manchester City coming to Wembley, and we are here with Adam from CityWatch to give us a bit of opposition preview. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm good. Well, not so good actually. I've just got over the defeat from last night, and yeah, not been a great week for us. But we're just trying to get it back on track at the weekend against you lot.
Yeah, let's start with that. Obviously, you've had Man City have been fantastic this season, haven't they? Obviously, since the start of the season, they've had a record number of consecutive wins. They looked like they were going to take all 4 trophies at one point. But now, how do you assess how the season's gone? As of at the end of this week, you've just had 3 defeats. What do you think that's kind of done to the season?
It's a strange one. It depends how positive and how enthusiastic you were in the first place. I don't think many City fans thought we were going to do the quadruple. It was more something that was built up by the media. A lot of us said, we could do it. Everyone said we could do it. We were 9 games away from it going into that Wigan FA Cup game. So it was possible. But no City fan ever thought we were going to do it. We're not like that as a fan base, really. We don't tend to big ourselves up too much. Yeah. We've been pretty rubbish in our past, so we're sort of quite humble in a way. But you've got to think that when we're in that quarter-final of the Champions League and you go away to Anfield, you've got to get an away goal, or you can't go conceding 3 goals away in Europe and not scoring. That's just, it's unforgivable, and you can't expect to go through, and you can't expect to come back in the home leg at all. So I wasn't that bothered last night because I felt like we'd already lost it in the away leg. The derby was a big punch in the stomach to all the Blues, really, because we really wanted to win it against United. Even though we're in a great position, it doesn't really matter if we lost, to be honest, because we can win it, in a number of 6 games left or something like that. But it would have been great to beat Man United after all the years of them really sticking it up us for being rubbish. And that's been our biggest game of the season for so many years, the derby game. And it was the first time this year where we've gone, actually, the derby doesn't even matter. But it was really surreal for them to celebrate it in a way that we used to celebrate it. So.
Yeah, obviously, we saw the scenes at the end of that United City derby. Obviously, you saw the fans, there was a few fans even crying and so dejected at the end of that game. Yeah. Do you think there was a bit too much emphasis put on that game, winning it against your rivals? It's kind of fans reacting like you just lost the title, even though you're obviously going to win it.
Yeah, it was weird. I think the cameras tried to find the most emotional people. I know for a fact that 99.9% of the ground wasn't in tears at the end of that game. They were just angry and annoyed more than anything. I think they just managed to pick out the most emotional lad out of a lot of them. Obviously, we put a lot on it because of our history and how much we wanted to really put it up United to do that. But we've got to put a bit of perspective on it. We've had a great season. We've been playing the best football we've ever seen. Certainly for Manchester City anyway, whether it be the league, and that's other people to judge. But we've just had a great season. We've absolutely loved it. My season tickets only cost me £400 this year. And it's been worth every single.
And you know what? Given the season ticket price the Spurs are about to get next season, I wouldn't mind spending £400 to watch the football City are playing at the moment. It's pretty good pricing, pretty good value for money. So Man City obviously going to this game on the back of 3 defeats in all competitions consecutively. Are you confident going to this game and getting a result at Wembley?
No, not at all, really. So I was just doing the CityWatch podcast then, and all 4 of us that were on it all said that we don't really think we're going to win at the weekend because we just look really tired at the minute. We just seem to be performing in only one half of a game and letting it slip in the other half. There was a stat that said that we haven't scored in later than the 50th minute in any of our last 8 games, which is just unbelievable, really, considering for the first 3 quarters of the season, scoring our goals in the last 10 minutes and scoring late. We look really tired, but I think we've been playing so many games. We've had so many big players playing a lot of games. We haven't rotated much in the Premier League at all. Pep's been trying to play full strength as much as possible. But why we're so far ahead? Because we haven't even tried to slow down or bring on. Yaya's hardly played any minutes. No one's been coming on off the bench really that much. We've had a core amount of players that have been constantly playing, and that might have played a part in it. And maybe we're just now feeling the effects of a long, arduous Premier League season. So we'll see how we go. We need to react, really, because after 3 bad results like that, we need to react and make sure we get a result. But whether we will or not, I'm not sure.
One player, obviously, we have to talk about is your £50 million right back, Kyle Walker. Obviously, obviously, recently, actually, for England and for Man City, he's kind of played in that right side of a back three. First of all, how do you think he's done since he's joined Man City, and how do you like him in that role? Do you prefer him at right back or in that centre back role that he's been playing recently?
So he's not really played there for City. But
I think he played there in the second leg, didn't he?
He did. So for England, he looked great there. I was really, really impressed. I was like, wow, I think Southgate figured it out before Pep, and Pep just sort of jumped on the back of it. He's great. He's fast, of course. That's seems to be the standout thing for me. But to be honest, I've not been that impressed with him. You'll be glad to hear that. Actually.
Yeah, very glad.
But, I've not been that impressed. I've not been that impressed with him this season. We've all been moaning about him for the last few weeks. He seems like the weak link in terms of passing. He seems to be giving away the ball far much more than Pep would expect, and we now expect as City fans, seeing the amount of players that we have now being able to pass the ball wherever, spraying it about from left to right. Walker doesn't seem to get that all the time, and particularly under pressure when he was against Liverpool over the two legs. He seemed to be the one that would give it away more, particularly in the first leg, down that side. He was quite exposed because Gundogan wasn't helping him, but he had an awful game that day, and he hasn't been playing great over the last few weeks. He's just sort of fitted in this year. He hasn't excelled. He's just been there, and you'd say he's been consistent because he's played most of our games. But yeah, I've not been as impressed as I thought I might have been when we signed him.
You're saying he's not worth the 50 million?
I'm not someone to worry about money. 50. I wouldn't say 50 million at the minute, no. But he's got a 4-year contract, so that he could well improve over the next few seasons. I expect him to. But as a City fan, I don't really care about money, to be honest. It's not my money, so I don't care if we spend it. We can spend 100 million on a new centre back. I wouldn't care less. So yeah, that's the way it is nowadays, football, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Money kind of, especially in this current Premier League era, kind of means absolutely nothing, doesn't it? 50 million is kind of spare change on a fullback nowadays. Exactly. Obviously, looking at City, this season, going out the Champions League, going out the FA Cup. But obviously, if you look at the Premier League, they have the best attack. They have I think, best defence as well, I believe. Where do you improve? Where would you sign? If you were in the summer?
We need to be more clinical going forward. We need to finish our chances. We saw that against United at the weekend. We should have been 3, 4 or 5 up by half time, and Sterling just missed 3 or 4 chances. I'd say we need someone to play out wide and then can also play in the middle. That sort of Mahrez and Sanchez player that we tried to get in January. We should have just thrown money at either of them two, to be honest, and managed to get one of them. I'm pretty disappointed we didn't manage to get one. Either would have done. That's the type of player we need, who can finish, cut in instead of just cross and run down the wing. A direct player like that. I think Sanchez is going to be a bit wasted at United because you know what he was like. So a central midfielder to sort of go along with Fernandinho to rotate with him, not to play alongside him. But Fernandinho, again, one of them players where he's played so many games this season. If he'd have got injured for a long period of time, then we'd have been in a real trouble this season because we've literally got only him to play there. Yaya has just been awful whenever he's played, so he's not been an option at all. He's not played. As we've seen in the cup, he's nowhere near back, so he doesn't play there anymore. So it just seems like we need someone to go in that position and learn the trade off Fernandinho and then replace him in a couple of years. He's 32, I think, Fernandinho now, so we need someone there. We certainly need another left back. We've only got Mendy there, and Delph isn't a long-term fit for that position. He's not a natural full-back. We need someone to be able to run up that line. So that would be the priorities for summer for me. You'd say another centre-back, but that can come later on because Vinny's got to be, past it in a couple of seasons, after next season. But that'd be it for me. A left-back, a central midfielder like Fernandinho, and a wide man who can also play down the centre and be flexible and fluid like Jesus and Sterling and Sane can. That's perfection for me, really. I think you can.
So City still haven't spent enough money, basically, is what I'm hearing.
it. We need to spend loads more.
Yeah, loads more.
We'll have Harry Kane as well.
That comes on to my next question. Who from Spurs would you take if you had the chance? Who do you like from Spurs?
Oh, Harry Kane by a mile.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's ace. And he's the type of, even though he's not a wide man coming in, like I just said, that we needed, he's a clinical finisher. And I think Sergio is a clinical finisher, fair enough. But he's going to go back to Independiente at the end of next season. So we need a striker. And actually, we need someone with a bit of height on him as well and a bit of presence about him in the air. And Kane can do that. He does everything. He does the work. You know, he's not someone that will just stand there up front. You know, we've had Edin Dzeko who didn't do the work but was there as a physical presence, whereas Kane seems to be the best of all worlds, really, in a way. So, you know, I'd certainly pluck him out of your side anyway.
What do Man City fans think of Spurs in general? Just like how they play, how they're on the league, how they've been in the past few seasons. Are they kind of well respected among City fans? Would you say?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're well respected. We've still got a bit of a grudge on you from the 1981 Centenary Cup.
Still on Ricky Villa, eh?
Yeah, exactly. So we're still a bit bitter about that. But we've respected you for the last few years. You know, you play the right football. You're not Man United, which is always positive. You don't play the way Manchester United play. But yeah, you play good football. I like how attacking your team is in terms of the wealth of talent you've got in terms of going forward. Like, you know, Son, Kane, Lamella, Eriksen. It's just Ali. There's a wealth of talent going forward. And that's sort of the way we like to play as well, with all those sort of attacking, creative players being able to just change the game in any way and play balls anywhere, be fluid, move around, not be in those rigid positions. That's the way we like football to be played, and yeah, you guys are doing it. So hopefully you don't get too close to us in the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So what are your predictions then for Saturday?
Yeah. It's a difficult one. Are you going to play a full strength side at the weekend?
I think so, for sure.
Yeah. Because you've got is it United in the cup?
But we've also got a midweek game against Brighton, so assuming we might rest players. We've got City, then Brighton, then United.
Yeah, I think we've got to go for it. We've got to put out a full strength side. There's an argument to say we could rest players because they've been knackered over the past week, and do we really need them to play against Tottenham for a fourth time in 2 weeks when the game doesn't matter so much? If we play a weakened team, then obviously you'll beat us. But I think we will go full strength, and if we do, even then, I can't see us getting a win. So I'll go on the fence and I'll say a draw. I think we'll go 2-2. We'll go for a cracker. Go for a cracker at 2-2.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on, Dan. Absolute pleasure speaking to you.
Oh, no worries.
Looking forward to the game on Saturday. Yes. Are you going to be there?
I'm not. I can't make it down.
Unfortunately,
I can't make it down for the game. I'm gutted. But yeah, I'm not going to be down at the weekend.
All right,
spend all my money.
Maybe we'll catch up here after the game. It'll be nice to hear your thoughts. If you want to see more of Adam, of course. If you want to see more of Adam, check out CityWatch. We'll link and be down in the description below. You can check him out. He writes for them, so I'm sure they're very good articles. I've read a few, very interesting.
Yeah.
And obviously we're going to be there on Saturday. Check out for our match day vlog. We'll have a preview up as well in the next couple of days, and we'll have a match review after the game with player rating, so watch out for that. And as always, come on you Spurs. Cheers, Cheers.